Happy Monday, friends. This is Wendy with Canon Planning, and it is another Game Plan Monday. I love Mondays, even if I am tired, which I am today, and sore because I worked in my garden yesterday. I love a good Monday. I love restarts. I love refreshes. And since we've been talking about diving in to getting back to some kind of normalcy, whatever that new normalcy looks like, today is the perfect day to talk about that since it's a Monday. So if you are in direct sales, network marketing, social selling, and you were following Canon Planning for that purpose, I want to throw out some ideas and tips for you guys today. So life might have recently thrown you for a loop. Maybe you started a new job like I did. Maybe your team has grown exponentially. Maybe something has happened with your company and you're trying to start over fresh. Maybe you have something happening with your family. All of those things. Today, we're talking about rebuilding your routine when life feels like a mess. We'll walk you through, or I'll walk you through the planning tools you already know and love, how to apply them in this season of your life, and how to create a routine that fits the business that your life is dealing with right now. So I talked last week about the Brain Dump Weekly. It is what I used for my own planning journey last week, but I'm going to talk about 4 tools. I'm going to give you 4 tools. 3 of them I'm going to talk about just briefly, and the other one we're going to dive into rather extensively for just a quick minute. So I talked last week about the Brain Dump Weekly. That is my favorite weekly, but I do think that as a direct seller, network marketer, social seller, you should probably grab just a weekly kind of insert. I don't care what kind of weekly planner, just a weekly planner. And the purpose for that is because it's going to help you take your monthly plan and break it down into smaller bite-sized chunks so that you can see your day, what you have available for time frame. If some days are a little bit busier, maybe you do workloads on other days. The second one I want to talk about is the to-do declutter your mind insert. We've talked about this one on this channel before. This is a great place to kind of just unload your thoughts and then get them organized. What is your top 3? What is your next 3? What are your easy 3 tasks to be able to complete? This is a great way for you to not only get your thoughts that are jumbled in your mind onto paper, but also put them in some kind of organization fashion that's going to help you to be able to know what the next step is in your daily routine. The next one is a habit tracker. I live and breathe my habit tracker. I did not use it in the month of March, and I can definitely tell when I dove back into it in this month. So I've been using it now for 7 days. It has been so helpful to kind of see where my thoughts lie, what I'm getting accomplished, what I'm not getting accomplished, what I am opening up my planner to do, and being able to see those things. So even if you use your habit tracker to remind yourself to open your planner, that's one great opportunity that you have to track and build a new routine. The insert that I brought for you guys today that I really want to dive into is the art of planning and journaling. It's one of my favorite inserts. If I only wanted to pick one insert to work out of, this would be the one. And the reason why that is because there are so much inside of this insert. So I talked about those 3 specific inserts for you. The weekly insert, the declutter your mind, and the habit tracker. And you can actually build all of those things right in here. So I'm not going to go through all of the pages with you. We'll talk probably more about it over the course of the month in getting you organized. But I wanted to talk about some of the top pages that I use that are super, super basic that I think every direct seller, network marketer, social seller should have. And when you open it up, inside, you're going to find a couple of things. One, the kit comes with a journal card that has a monthly layout on it, so you can kind of see what the months look like. There is a pocket, or you can create a pocket. It doesn't actually have one, but I created a pocket with the information what comes in the kit. There is a stencil that comes with it, and then a couple of other things. But you'll see the very first thing that you'll see here is a coloring page. I love having a good coloring page. Sometimes you just need to de-stress your mind. Coloring is a great way to do that. And there are several coloring pages throughout the course of this book. This is just the first one. The next thing that I utilize in my planner is a monthly layout. So you can use a monthly layout for anything. You can use it for content planning, which is what I use mine for. You can use it for just a basic overview of what you have going on for the month. I prefer to actually use a monthly insert for that. So it looks kind of like this. But I love having that opportunity to kind of dive into the things with my full layout. You can also use this as from a journaling aspect. Maybe you take a moment to write your win for the day in here. So I love a good monthly insert. I love that this is part of this particular insert. The next page that you're going to find here is this month. So in here, you're going to find events, goals, and highlights. So again, great way to kind of get a broad overview of what major events you might have coming up with your business. What goals do you have coming up with your business? And then highlight those wins, those successes that you have over the course of the month, even if it's just today I got out of bed. Okay. Sometimes we need to just celebrate that. The next page is a routines page. This insert comes with, again, I talked about the stencil. In the stencil is a fun way that you can create a calendar boxes, and you can do that right here and then just create these fun little circles, or you can just create the actual calendar box right in here using the box and dots to be able to do that. But this is a great place to create a habit tracker. If you don't have a big habit tracker like this one, okay, it's okay for you to utilize something like this where you're just checking off the days of the things that you want to utilize in order to get back to it. All right. And then, of course, I love a good weekly layout. This is my weekly layout for the week. You can see that Sunday is where I get the majority of my work done. So I got a lot of that stuff done yesterday during my planning session. And what I love is that these actually come blank. So you can completely make them up your own. You can make this into a brain dump weekly so that you have your weeklies in here, or you can grab the new guided version that Tula 12 has that has the weekly layouts done for you. So a couple of fun little options for you to utilize in your planning sessions. Now, this insert has way, way more than that. And I'm not going to dive into it today because I really wanted to talk about how it has a monthly, a routine, and a place for you to do brain dump, to-do list, weekly planning, all of that kind of stuff. If you want to utilize the blank pages, you can use them however you want to. But just a great setup for being able to pick and choose how you want to put together your planning style. So which of these tools is your favorite right now? Are you using any of these planning tools in your day-to-day planning, or have you thought about using it? And if any of these are your favorite, why do you like using it? So I want to kind of dive into the next thing and talk a little bit about using anchors. So when life shifts, whether you're heading back to work, navigating family changes, or facing burnout, your routines need to shift too. Rebuilding doesn't mean overhauling everything. It means anchoring yourself in repeatable moments that keep your business and life connected. So there are three different times of the day. So I want you guys to think about this for a quick minute. First of all, there's your morning check-in. While sipping coffee or tea or water, whatever it is that you do first thing in the morning, take a look at your planner, open it up. What is it saying it for you? What are your 3 business priorities that might be happening today? Maybe you're checking in with a hostess, you're scheduling posts, you're putting together orders if you have inventory on hand. Whatever it is, take a moment in the morning to just kind of look at your calendar briefly and think about what you want to do. Number 2, a midday pause. So take a 10 minutes in the middle of the day, ask yourself, how do I feel right now? What is my energy like? Do I have the energy to dive into doing a little bit of follow-up? Am I prepping for an event for later today? Or at your lunchtime, like my lunchtime, are you just taking a moment to walk away and just rest, take a screen break, kick up your feet, and just have a moment where you sit in relaxation? And then maybe an evening wind down. So take a minute to talk about your business wins. Again, you can use that insert that I talked about to a monthly insert to kind of write down what your wins are for the day. maybe send message replies to customers. If you are one that scrolls endlessly on your phone, utilize as at a time to be social. Don't just scroll, interact, and just talk with your people, talk with your friends, talk with your business besties. Just take a moment to utilize an opportunity to be social on social media. So I want you guys to do something for me this week. I want you to think about one of these 3 anchors: morning, midday, and evening. And I want you to commit to trying one of them this week. So comment below which one you think you're going to try. A morning check-in, where you're just kind of looking at your planner and seeing what's going on. A midday pause, where you're going to like kick up your feet and take a break or reevaluate your energy for the day and see how you're feeling moving into the evening. And then, or an evening wind down. What can you do in the evening to kind of reset? Sorry about that, you guys. So the next thing is building a business routine that matches your life. So currently what I have going on in my real life is a number of things. So my routine kind of looks like Sunday, I plan my week. In my membership group, they get to watch that process happen. Then I batch content, I write video scripts, and then depending on what day it is or what Sunday it is in the month, I have team planning calls or I have team meetings that are happening with leadership teams or something of that nature. Monday through Monday through Thursday, I spend a little time in the morning recording videos. So the Game Plan Monday video that you're watching right now was recorded on Monday morning. I also do a team training that's pre-recorded on Wednesday morning. I check in with my team, my audience, social check-ins, all of those kinds of things. That's what happens in the mornings on Monday through Thursday. Fridays, I do a weekly reflection. I have a Zoom call with my planner besties in my membership group, recharge, re-strategize for the week. And Saturday is a complete family day. There's no computer, no planners, no screen times. It's just life activities, whatever it is that we happen to be going on. That is my Saturday. So it is definitely not fancy. It's not flawless. Sometimes I have to make changes throughout the course of the week, but it fits right now in what my real life strategy and situation is happening. And it keeps my business moving. Some tasks take 15 minutes, some take a little bit more, and that's okay. So is there anything in this particular sample routine or my particular routine that strikes with you? Something that you could incorporate into your own planning routine? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. So I want to end with a couple of tips for you guys today. Number 1 is start with today. Skip the guilt of not using your planner for a few days. Open it and plan today. Just because you haven't been planning doesn't mean that you can't start planning right now in the future. Theme your days. If you're struggling to find a routine that works for your business, try things like Marketing Monday, Team Tuesday, Follow Up Friday. Whatever it is that's going to help you to reduce your stress so that you're not feeling overwhelmed and frustrated by having to do all the things. By theming your day, you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing in that particular day, and it takes the guesswork out of what the next step is. Pick one planner tool. Choose what helps you most this week, whether it's a habit tracker, a goal insert, a monthly spread, a weekly spread. Using something like the Art of Planning and Journaling to help you get a little bit better with your planning routine. And then celebrate your progress. If you checked in 3 times this week, that's a win. Small steps build routines and they compound on themselves. So I want to end with one quick little reminder or quote or thought. You're not failing, you're rebuilding with purpose. Your business doesn't need a perfect plan. It needs your plan, whatever that is. Make it realistic, make it intentional, and make it doable. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for Game Plan Monday. Again, this was pre-recorded. You can catch all of the replays over on my business page right here on Facebook. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you all next week. Bye, friends.